gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Bravo! Snap!
Jones now throwing on first down. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, check.
Buzz.
One set. Check, right.
Operating from the gun. Jones. And that is incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 18. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, Orvin.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Throwing is Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
24-yard gain on the play.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's Madison running on first down. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 44.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you. Tighten up. Rush in.
They'll run with Madison. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Scarborough. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They'll try to run with Madison. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch the screen. Pass. Ready.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. Cody Latimer, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now Jones on 3rd down. Got a man, Slayton. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now Jones. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on 1st. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019.
Greystone travel. Now.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
53. Mike 53. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got
Play.
Hey, check 24.
Hey, wahoo.
Check 53.
Be driven. Be driven.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Ready, set.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Whip. Watch the whip. Get it.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that's caught inside the 35. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it with Madison. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike, 55.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise. Because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple of extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, watch that. Check, Mike. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And he rifles one incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but over the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Down. 15.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Come on, fellas.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to throw. Jones. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
In your face.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins. Left side caught by Diggs. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
First and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1, It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, D.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Here I come again.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Let's go.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Finds his tight end Ingram.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Mike 5-4.
Go.
Mike 54.
Hit it.
2nd down and inches. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Looking to throw. Jones. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Here we go, D.
Yep.
Get him.
Smooth. Shoot.
Here's Jones. Throwing again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's a baby side.
Go. Bravo.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now.
Jones now. A final shot before break. It's caught. Shepard. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turn that.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Sione Takitaki brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check. Fresno. Wide.
Gun.
Play action now. Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now Jones on first and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, his second touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Rosas good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking for...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. Now Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
47 to Mike, 47.
Cousins. And he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Check. Go.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Buzz. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
2nd and 15. It's complete to Golden Tate. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Ready? 30 base.
Check. Watch 54.
Hey, orbit.
What we got? Mike 5-4. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for the Giants. 42 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Ready?
Right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And some space here. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards, a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jones to throw again. A nice little juke. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jones. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Madison pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. 3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. They run. This is Scarborough. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Target, 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 target.
Get it. Throwing on second down. Jones over the middle, complete to Tate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jones now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Mike, 54. Mike, 54. I'm here all day.
Back to throw. Jones. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Here's Jones. Throwing again on second and 10. Going right side, he finds Slayton. Touchdown, Giants! Darius Slayton with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Rosas true blue on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Cousins now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Cousins on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Check 53 is mine. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Ready.
Jones now on 1st down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Going to run with Madison again. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Minnesota.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Giants' 29-yard line.
I got one.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. A gain there of 21 yards.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves? Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football, show some intelligence, live to fight another down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Bailey got the extra point, and that will get them one closer.
31, Vikings 21. Dan Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Hey, foxtrot.
Twins.
5.
Now Saquon Barkley. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Come on. You better bring it.
Come.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Ready.
Kill. Watch that.
Check 4.
They'll run with Barkley. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of his end zone, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathed a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
18, Gator. 53. Yeah, let's get that ball, Gator. Let's get that ball right here.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Giants, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at